Kia ora guys, Bird here. Just before we get started with today's episode proper, I wanted to apologise for the audio peaking that happens in today's episode, particularly near the end there. I haven't changed anything in my recording setup except for Windows 10, so it looks like Windows 10 handles audio recording differently from Windows 7, so yeah, I need to get a new audio recording equipment, but yeah, there's going to be some weird audio where it like peaks and stuff like that. There's a lot of it that happens at the end. It's kind of bad, but it's the best that we can do. It's a genuine reaction, and that's what I like to put on my channel. So once again, sorry for the audio peaking. I'm going to try and clean it up as best I can in editing, but hope you guys enjoy the episode all the same. Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 45 of Thaumcraft 5. Today we're starting once again over by the Tainted area, and as you can see, we have added quite a few more of these ethereal blooms. I went ahead and crafted an extra 12 of these guys. I had to go and find an extra magical forest as well to obviously get all of the shimmer leaves for it. And yeah, we've got the thing mostly contained. There are a couple areas over here I could probably afford to put down an extra couple of these ethereal blooms, still trying to get the name going. But yeah, I've had to put them in the river here so that the taint stops spreading across the river, because it is affecting the ground underneath, as you can see by all of the what is this stuff? Tainted sand, this purple sand stuff, tainted sand, that's what I'm going to call it. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of that stuff going in. In these older areas, you can see that the sand appears to have been dying down a little bit here. And any of these new taint things that generate these ethereal blooms should make fairly short work of them. And what appears to have happened is that it's gotten rid of all of the taint that was here, obviously, so it's gone down a couple extra blocks. Because it seems to go a couple blocks into the earth, fairly interestingly. Got that soil stuff on top, and then it affects a little bit of the rock too. But then it leaves this stuff right here that I haven't actually seen what it's called yet. Holy crap, that was extremely effective. Get that in there. So what is this stuff? Porous stone. Okay, it's got white quartz in there. That's interesting. So porous stone, I guess you could probably use this for building or something, but the difficulty in getting this stuff's kind of crazy. You'd have to, have your own tainted area and then, get it tainted and then untainted again. It's a little bit of a hassle to get stuff like that, but how could you use this for building? It only looks really good with stone, because it looks like it's just a modified texture of the original stone block. I really love that you can walk on this. It kind of reminds me this whole sand stuff, because whenever you break a piece of it, it behaves like liquid, right? It's probably doing some kind of modified water would be my guess. It moves very slow. The texture on it is basically just the still thing, and you can walk on it. Yeah, you obviously don't want to walk on the taint stuff, because if you're not careful, you're going to get yourself taint poison just by standing on it. But yeah, I've also tried moving the guys around a little bit, inside of the area there, just to try and save on ethereal blooms. It looks like we're having a minor escape attempt, so we may need to move this fellow over. We were having similar issues over here, so this guy probably need to move. And by the way, you can break them with the fist. They pass the fist test, I suppose you could say. So if we go ahead and pop that guy there, he should eventually get working on these. Although what I've noticed is that they seem to work faster if the block on top is exposed to open air, is at least what I've experienced. Yeah, so I think I want to get a couple more of the ethereal blooms so that I can just make sure this thing is completely capped off. Ideally, I'd like to actually have these ethereal blooms along the coast here, so that we've got an area in here that I want to enclose the tainted area, because we need it for our wheatium farm there. Yeah, that's what's going on with the tainted area. It looks like it's under wraps. It's not going to be spreading anymore without our consent. So now what we need to do is head back to the base and get on with the rest of the episode. Just before we move too much further though, I think the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft with our new material, and scan it with our scan stanometer 9001. Unfortunately, nothing new inside porous stone. Alright then, so what are we going to do today? I was having some trouble deciding what to do today, and I think I've come up with an idea. I want to make a new wand. We've had this wand here, the Brass Blaster, named by the community quite some time ago, and we've had it for a while. It's time to get a new wand, and so I'm thinking, well, what kind of wand do we want to go for? Do we want to branch down the elemental way, or do we want to go for this new stuff? I think I want to go with this way right here. Magic Staves and Crafting Scepters. We'll go ahead and grab both of these. We'll need some scribing tools and paper, because they are a proper research, so let's go ahead and grab both of those research notes here. We'll do them both one after the other. Wizard staves have knobs on the end. Yes, indeed they do. So we've got Instrumentum, Potentia, and Erba. Okay, let's see if we can get started here. How am I going to get started with this? I think I'll go Auto right here. Now, that's not going to work quite... It's not going to work perfectly, actually, no. We should be okay here. I think I've got it. So we'll go Terra right there. And then we'll do Terra and Auto there to make some Metallum. Now, it kind of sucks that that doesn't connect to Metallum, because that would be done. But what we're going to do is make some Fabrico. So we need to get some Permutatio first, and then we'll need to make some more of the Metallum and Potentia. So let's grab those dudes, put them in there. Oh, by the way, yeah, somebody did spot that I accidentally used Potentia twice in the last research, I believe. Sorry about that. Sometimes it happens. Oh, got a bonus Fabrico. Why couldn't that happen last episode? Alright, so let's get one more Permutatio, and that should be us. Golden right there. There we go. That's one down, but we'll go ahead and blitz right into the other one here. Crafting Scepters. Made to task. Oh my gosh, this one's even bigger. It's basically the same thing, it's just a hell of a lot bigger. Okay, this is the real test. Okay, I always think that I'm not going to do too well on these ones, but we do have plenty of starting aspects here, which is a plus. We'll have to start with Permutatio down here, so let's put that down. And then we're already using Potentia, so this will have to be Metallum. So let's put that there. And then this dude will go to Ordo or Terra. What should we going to do? I think we'll go Victus right here, so we'll get Victus going there. And then that way I'll be able to use Aqua right here, if I so desire. Yeah, that should be okay. This guy's going to need to be Perditio, basically, otherwise we're not going to be able to get out, I don't think. We're not using Terra, so let's put Terra there. Let's see, we'll have to use Ignis here, I think, or is there something else that we got that can put Potentia? Not too sure. We'll just go with Ignis for now. Right, so we'll have to go Perditio here. This is going to be a tricky one. Maybe I could put those there and connect with Mortus. That's probably a good idea, actually. I did not get any of those back. That kind of sucks. Feels bad, man, as they would say on Twitch. Alright, get those back in there, and now we're going to do Mortus. Can't really afford to waste aspects here, but that's what we're doing. Right, so how am I going to do the rest of this? I'm kind of lost right now. I think I've got something here. If we go Aya and Terra, we get some Vitreus, so put that down. Next up we'll go Aya, and then we should be able to go Ignis here to make some Lukes. So that's these two guys hooked up. Now what we're going to do, I think, is go with our old friend Mortus here to get that, and then we can do Spiritus, and I believe it's Iron Spiritus, which makes Sensus. Yes, and then we can do another life-death situation. You can see where this is going. Aqua Perditio. There we go, and that should be able to connect to Mortus, and there we go! That's a tricky one. I was so excited to be able to figure that one out. I always think I'm going to be able to mess these ones up, but I think we've got it there. So that is 2 discoveries. Sweetness. Let's go ahead and do like double discovery action here. What's going to happen to the achievement? Yeah, that's going to show up right afterwards. They stack, they buffer, would be the term. 2 gold stars, fantastic. Let's go ahead and read about... Which one do we want to read first? I guess we'll go with Magic Staves. Wands are the stock and trade of the thaumaturge, but sometimes you want more bang for your buck. Magical staves are basically just bigger wands. A staff made from greatwood has 150% the V-storage potential of a greatwood wand, being able to store up to 375 Vs of each type. They also grant an additional 10% Vs discount to foci, which is kind of important actually. Since they're physically larger and sturdier than a wand, they can actually be used as weapons in an emergency as well. Unfortunately, this also makes it unsuitable for the intricate workmanship and fine control required by the arcane workbench or similar crafting. Note, you still need to add caps to a stave rod, just like you would for a wand. Righto, so that basically gives us access to great wood staff cores, well, basically any kind of staff core now. Great wood's just the example here, or is great wood... Do we get to do other ones? I think we do. You can probably do sticks, maybe? Or silverwood? No, I think silverwood's its own discovery. Yeah, silverwood's its own discovery. But yeah, that's the first step there. To make this, you need a primal charm as well, which... And... Oh man, 64 order as well. That's kind of crazy. The primal charm recipe, that is redonkadonk in terms of cost right there. But we have all the materials for that. That's not too hard to make. And then the other guy here, crafting scepters. Oh man. Crafting scepters are specialized wands made to be used to craft mystical objects, and nothing else. Foci cannot be attached to them, but they have several features that still make them worthwhile using. Firstly, they have an additional 10% Vise discount above and beyond what their caps would normally grant, which is again pretty significant. Secondly, they're able to hold 50% more Vise than their cores would normally allow, again really sweet. And like other wands, they can be crafted using most combinations of rods and caps. Just a few examples are given on the next page, so you can just like mix and match the caps to whatever you like. You could go with like a silverwood iron capped scepter if you want. That's kind of inefficient, but you could do that if you wanted. And it looks like we've got the silverwood with the thaumium caps there as well. And you also need the primal charm there as well. So you can get scepters of any kind, although basically at this point in the game we need the thaumium one. That's kind of our big upgrade here. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and finish off the episode segment here by making ourselves a new wand. I don't think I want to go with the scepter just because I already have... I've got 2 charged thaumium caps. I don't have 3. You need 3 to make a scepter, is the big difference. So I think we'll go ahead and take these guys. We tried to put them on the Brass Blaster last time and we were unsuccessful in our endeavours. So are we going to go with a Great Wood Staff Core here? Like, what's worth it? I don't think... We can't go with the Silverwood one yet. Okay, we need 4 XP levels to get the Silverwood Staff Core. Okay, well, I'm actually really close to that. There's probably some dudes hanging out outside that we could just quickly grab the Silverwood Staff Core from. Hello, Mr. Monsters! There we go. Eat it! And then by the way, guys, I have been picking up so much of the Essentia from these people. It is not funny. My chests are overflowing with stuff. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet. Let's hop back in there. That zombie's gonna annoy us in a minute here, but yeah. I've gotten so much stuff, and there's even more hanging out in my one of my other bases over by a swamp, where I have that XP farm. Kinda crazy the amount of stuff you get. What was that noise? I thought I heard like a wisp or something. Alright, anyway, so we have 5 levels now, so that's enough to get the Silverwood Staff Core. Just go ahead and pick that up. Staff cores crafted from silverwood can store up to 750 Vs of each type. That is very nice. So basically, that's its own research to get this, by the way. 192! Holy crap, guys. And that's going to take a primal charm as well. The silverwood... Oh man, you have to infuse these to get these? Oh boy. Well, I would like to get the staff first this episode, basically. We're going to go ahead and get an upgrade. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare the infusions here, or perhaps probably just even do the infusions off camera, seeing as I've probably shown them already, and we'll be right back once we've got these silverwood rods. Oh! Dang it! Oh dear, I was trying to make a nice cinematic shot there, but... Another creeper hole around here, you can see, where is it? Well, there was a creeper hole here at some point, I think, but... Anyway, this guy is getting pretty close to done here. Oh my gosh. Let's pick up this different spawns. Oh man, that's kind of embarrassing. They always do that. Why do they always do that in this game? Does that happen to anybody else? Alright, so we've almost got this infusion here done. And there we go. That is the second of our silverwood rods here now. That's done and done. Now all we need to do is turn these guys into the Silverwood Staff Core. We're going to need a Primal Charm for that though, which I have yet to craft, so let's do that. I believe it was these dudes, and we need the balanced shards there as well, so there we go. Starting to get a little low on those. We need to make some of those soon. What was the order that these were made in? Is it shapeless? It might not be, but let's just try and see what happens. Oh, no, that is good. Okay, let's go ahead and get our discount gear on, though. And let's just pick 2 rings at random, seeing as it uses everything. So the cool thing about the... Oh, we can actually keep that on, can't we? Yeah. So that'll be fine. The cool thing about the... what am I trying to say here? The cool thing about... Ah, yes. The great thing about Scepters is that they'll actually be able to reduce this cost even more for us once we go ahead and grab that guy, probably in the next episode. So we've got the cost from 25 down to 22.75. Not a huge amount, but better than nothing. There's our Primal Charm. I believe in TC4 this thing was kind of nice to have around because if you just had it in your inventory it would spawn Aspect Orbs occasionally, but I don't think Aspect Orbs are in TC5. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and toss that in there. Now that is a big one. Okay, we're going to need our auto rings out for this one, and we can put the tunic on. There we go. Oh, we need to actually get the auto rings on if we want them to work. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. So that's 192 default down to 153. So that is pretty good discount right there. Silverwood Staff Core. I can't remember if I've actually scanned one of these. Let's just quickly check. I probably have scanned one of these Primal Charms already, but I just want to double check. Alright, nothing new, and we'll go ahead and craft this new dude and scan that up. Silverwood Staff Core. Ho! Sweetness, let's go ahead and scan that as well, following rule number 1 of Thaumcraft, nothing new. Man, it's been a while since we got anything new out of these, isn't it? Alright, let's go ahead and make the... What is this guy called? It's 864. I still don't have enough. Yeah, I was wondering about that. This guy is not big enough. God damn it. Man, that's gonna ruin my plans here. I'm just gonna need to think about this for the next episode. I don't want to use up these Thormium caps on anything less than like a Silverwood Staff Core. We're probably gonna need to make some kind of intermediary wand here to be able to sort that out. But dang it, no new wand today. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the Focus Corner. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Focus Corner, your daily resource of all things Wand Foci. In today's episode, the Wand Focus Fire! Okay, so anyway, we've got the Wand Focus Fire here that we showed last time. We got the Fireball on there, and I've gone ahead and thrown 2 more levels of potency on there as well. There's nothing special after level 3, it was just potency and frugal, so gone ahead and buffed this guy up. I have yet to actually try this fellow out myself. So this will be a very interesting effect for those who don't remember. A fireball basically throws a fireball! That's actually got a really nice range on it, okay. So you can kind of... You don't have to, like, adjust your trajectory too much with those dudes, but there you go! Looks like we got really unlucky with the fire placement there. Ah! I think this is destroying terrain, is it? I'm not sure if it's destroying terrain. It feels like it's not. I was wondering about whether or not this thing was going to destroy terrain, and it looks like we're okay. Oh, there we go. Hit in the face with a fireball. Suck it, zombies! Of course, when they're taking fire damage like that, no, they don't. No, the zombies don't spread, and now I'm on fire. Yes, this is one of the downsides to using fire. You can set fire to yourself. Then you have to put yourself out. Oh man, this thing is so fun. Again, it's another one of these foci that affects the ground more than anything else. Any guy that gets set on fire, though, it's said because of the Alchemist Fire ability that they should, you know, stay on fire for quite a bit longer. I'm not sure if the fire damage is faster! Twice in one episode! Twice in one episode! The fire doesn't seem to last quite as long as the earth shock as well, and it's definitely not setting as many fires as I'd like. I mean, you know, what the... Look at all these dudes. I guess this is a different kind of fire damage that they must be taking, because more of them are spawning, yeah. Come on, boys, you want some? You want some too? Have it all! What's the cost of this thing, by the way? Okay, Ignis per detail. So there is some crazy mode shenanigans here with the one focus fire with the fireball. I think in the next episode I'll go ahead and make for you guys there a fire beam focus, and we'll try that out. This is pretty awesome. Guys, that's going to be it for this episode of TC5. Let's get out of the desert here. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you next time, if I'm not murdered by a horde of vicious zombies.